everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Toy Lines podcast. I am Ian Westhoff, and with me is my good buddy,
Tommy Romero. How are you?
the one and only. Tom, what's going on with today's show?
So, I apologize to all listeners, people watching us on YouTube. Thank you for listening. Please continue. We were supposed to have the Bright Sunshine, the lead all caps comics, Ethan Van Sciver, on our show. Unfortunately, because of conflict, he couldn't be with us, but hopefully everything's fine. He'll be with us next week and we can talk about Cyberfrog.
Right. So
I'm really excited for this.
yeah, tune in next week and stick around for the show because we've got plenty to talk about.
But to keep up with our theme, I just want to run this for him. So check this out.
When the monster you created comes back to bite you in the ass. What I say in this disclosure? What? Y'all are stupid, you get shoulder. Cause your plan was to get over.
That's the head. That is a beautiful head.
Straight lies and depriving. Now we're pushing to take a dive and conniving. We should never hear any cries when the guys, when independence we rise and high steady surviving. Never ever had an artist wanna spray us. Cause when they do the work, they know we pay up. And I see the labels getting set to bust.
I'm excited. That was a great figure. Sign up. Head on over to Indiegogo. Look for Cyberfrog action figures. You're not going to be disappointed. I am super psyched for these figures. I mean, the man is just doing the impossible right now. It's just him. He's got no, toy background, really. But I'm mostly excited for this guy right here. So tune in next week, and we'll find out all about these characters. But we also have a great lineup for you today. Tons of news.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just jump into it. So this week, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Revelations trailer came out.
Yes.
I was excited. I'm pumped for this. The trailer is beautiful. What did you say?
You knew it was coming out ahead of time.
Yes, I knew it was coming out on Thursday.
I had no idea. I saw it on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh, the He-Man trailer's out, so let me check it out." So that was a great little surprise.
Yeah. So the trailer was out. I have some thoughts here. Actually, I'm gonna try something crazy. Let's see if it's here. All right. If we don't get thrown off YouTube, maybe we can pull this off too. I'm not going to do the audio on this only because, like I said, I don't want to get thrown off. So hopefully,
this will be back to a radio show.
Yeah, pretty much. So here.
So I guess Castle Grayskull will be.
It's part CGI also, which is kind of interesting.
Skeletor looks great.
I love this part. Stridor.
That's cool.
Yeah, first time I saw Man at Arms.
Right. So who's on Stridor? Is that He-Man?
That is He-Man.
Okay. Why? I thought that was Fisto's horse.
Not necessarily. That all started with box art.
The 2-pack or something when they sold it.
Correct.
Okay.
But here's what I'm thinking, or here's what I'm hoping.
It's a good shot of like the hoof coming down.
Yes.
It's a very, very great shot.
Like this shot right here.
That's
I'm thinking
Gunslinger-esque.
I'm thinking it's Preternia He-Man. I mean, I could be wrong, but
or it could be post-apocalyptic He-Man.
No, I don't really. I mean, maybe, but I mean that's
like a desert.
That's totally off. But I mean, yeah, it could be the Sands of Time.
Sands of Time, that's a cool name.
But I'm happy to see Stridor. But this right here looks beautiful. So here, Sorceress looks great.
What was that thing called? That shark? Yeah.
Land shark.
Land shark.
Clamp Champ. First time ever animated. I don't know
Really?
what. Yeah, I don't know what took everybody so long, but I'm glad he's out there. Now gonna go over here for a second. Wonder. Here we go.
So yeah,
Fisto's arm. Fisto voiced by Ralph Garman. I think the glove looks too small. I know I'm starting to nitpick a little, but
it's not really just you because it does look a little small compared to
it looks like a glove.
yeah, like compared to the toy, it does look a little small. Remembering what the toy looks like, so
Yeah, it should be
maybe
just a tad bigger than a glove size.
maybe throughout the show something happens. Who knows? But yeah, I can see that.
So, I mean, this scare glow right there.
Oh, Scareglow. So we got Beastman right here.
Yep,
Oh,
that's scare glow making his first animated appearance.
very interesting.
Yeah, yeah. The animation is so superb on this trailer. I mean, the trailer is going 30 seconds. I mean,
Back when this was announced, it was said it was going to be like filmation but anime. Now
see, I disagree with that. I
no,
don't. They shouldn't use.
that's a little misleading when I watched this because it doesn't
Yes.
look like filmation animation.
Well, it wasn't really supposed to look like
Okay,
filmation.
okay.
I guess like the feel
Of the
and
show,
spirit
okay,
of filmation, but even that I feel is a little misleading.
right. I mean, this looks very cool. So I like the style of animation. I like the action. I'm not crazy how Merman looked, but you know,
Oh, really? You didn't like
yeah,
Merman?
that's just my opinion. I mean, and my opinion isn't worth much. I'm not the
Now,
He-Man
here's
guy.
something interesting. If you look behind her, that has to be Faker.
So why do you say it has to be?
Well, why else would there be? Okay, there's parts of He-Man's harness
Right.
right there. I mean, muscle bound,
Yep.
robotic and blue. That's the key right there.
Was and Skeletor created him, right?
He did. There's a couple of
Version.
stories about how he was created. 2000X, it
Okay.
was because of Triclops. There's other incarnations where Skeletor does create him. So
Okay. So in any case, a villain creates him. That's not.
right,
It's not of the sorceresses or He-Man's doing.
right. Well, actually, people are gonna yell at me for this. So if you're following the Mike Young productions, Man at Arm created a robot to play chess against Roboto. He
Okay.
gets rid of the robot. Triclops gets him and creates Faker. So that's the 2000X version.
See, you know what happened? He tried to play God, and look what happens. It's Frankenstein.
And it's kind of interesting how she blows him up too, because his arm is like right here.
But it's not blue.
I'm wondering, yeah, maybe he's got like some sort of disguise thing where he actually looks like Filmation
And
He-Man,
and his
and then
leg
he goes blue.
in this shot here that we're looking at.
Yeah,
I
or
mean,
maybe he's an amalgam. Yeah, we'll have to wait, but I'm pretty sure that's Faker right there. Okay, now here's something important.
transformation.
It is like the hallmark of He-Man, if you will. Oh, for me anyway. I know a lot of people feel the same. I know some people could care less. But the Filmation version of He-Man's transformation is iconic to me. It's in every episode of the Filmation comic, or excuse me, series. But it's beautiful. And for some reason, 2000X couldn't get it right. Jetlag Productions with the New Adventures couldn't get it right. It's so simple that I think they think it's too simple to animate. But it was so beautiful, though. I mean, you need Castle Grayskull in the background.
Right.
You need the power effects.
Right.
Krender's transformation into Battle Cat. That's all you need. But visually, even for Filmation, it was stunning. You know, it brought you in. You know, I think they're trying to maybe overplay it, maybe
So are you?
maybe make it bigger and grander, but it really doesn't need to be. I mean, think about it. Back in the day, Superman just had to go into a phone booth to become Superman, or Clark had to go in a phone booth to become
But
Superman.
it's a phone booth nowadays. Young kids don't know what a phone booth is.
Right, but we also don't see Superman or Clark turning into Superman anymore. I'm just saying simplicity like that should not be overlooked or overshadowed.
You now, do you think you're looking at it through the eyes of a Filmation fan, and that's
Oh,
because you
definitely.
liked it as a kid, so that's you still like you're always gonna like that version. Do you like this version, or do you think?
Well, I want to see it completely. Like,
Gotcha.
there may be, some aspects to it that we haven't
Okay, so we
seen.
won't. I mean, they don't show it in the trailer, the whole thing. Then
No, no, they don't.
I mean, like this shot right here, I like personally. I like the rays around it, whatever those effects are. It's
Hmm.
pretty cool looking. I do remember the Filmation. Um, it's it is
Like right here.
got some kind of yeah. And you know what I like? Adam here, and correct me if I'm wrong, is not built like a muscular dude.
Yeah,
He's
people love that.
he's a normal built person, but when he becomes He-Man, he's obviously more. Do you like this at Prince Adam version?
I do.
Yeah, I
I do.
it's
I'm
the only
glad. I'm glad they didn't see 2000X. They redid it, and I wasn't a big fan of that version of Adam, even though I knew what they were trying to pull.
you know what I
At
like about
least
this?
I
He
like this
almost
one.
he looks almost like a young King Arthur.
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
Like just the clothes, the hair, and then when he just going with this reference, say like he takes Excalibur and it's not the way it works, but he becomes something more. So when Adam takes the sword, he becomes more than what he is, I guess. So I like this. I think that looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. But here's what I've been reading a lot lately. So you see this part right here?
Picture negative.
Yeah. Yeah. They're some people are actually comparing it to Sailor Moon's transformation.
Um, Interesting.
Yeah. But like I said, hopefully
I think
we'll.
that is cool. How like the chest harness is that the right word?
Yeah.
How that kind of like just like appears and all that. It's just kind of neat that way.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think with the transformation, simpler is the way to go. But if you want to
Well,
add stuff like that, sure.
in what we're looking at right now, he's very built, but I feel, and it could be the way this angle is shot or drawn, I should say. Even here, his head looks out of proportion to the body,
Yeah, I mean, maybe they'll correct that, but
and like
maybe he's so like bulked up, you know.
I'm not, I like him, man. I'm not a giant fan like you. So like I'm not trying to nitpick it. I'm just
No, go right ahead. It's your
I
opinion.
know.
It's your show.
um, Maybe that's how they'll go. Maybe it's not. It could be just angles. It could not be final. So things like that. But I think it's always tough not to have an opinion when you like something so much or even a little. You're waiting for it. But I felt that this trailer definitely delivers on something promising.
Yes. I mean, if the whole series was like this, I mean, I could watch this forever, but I'm thinking these are parts of episode 1.
I think this would be, at least for you, a good fallback for when you don't feel like watching Filmation.
Definitely. I'm praying the story is just as good,
Right, right.
you know.
It's not just pretty animation. You get a good story as well.
Exactly. It's like reading a McFarlane book comic and, just not even
Ignoring
paying attention to the word balloons.
right.
Your Bastardosaurus. And look, the only time Tila smiles.
This should be a song. Who's that dude?
Oh my god, that's right. It should be a song. Whiplash. Whiplash looks good. Although it's weird because the mini Whiplash, the mini action figure, the Eternium minis, he has like a robotic
I,
part or eye.
to be
This
honest,
one, he doesn't look like
I
it.
think
Maybe it happens later.
Filmation Tila was better looking,
Yes,
and
I'll agree with you there.
it's odd that everybody else has a better makeover than her. She should.
Well, she gets a drastic makeover throughout the series.
Oh, okay, so maybe that's what.
She has that buzz haircut, and I'm not a fan of it. I much prefer this.
She's like the Princess Leia of He-Man. So
Yeah.
then you got.
Well, here's part of the plot. Apparently, Kevin Smith just said this. So three people know about Adam's secret: Sorceress, Orko, and Man at Arms. So this series, Tila finds out, and then
off,
there's repercussions for all that. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was interrupting you. First off, was it always like that? The three people who knew?
Yeah.
Man, that's interesting. So now in this, Taylor's gonna find out, and the repercussions. Interesting.
Yeah.
What will they be? Will they be positive? Will they be negative? Who knows?
Probably be negative, according to Kevin Smith. So there's going to be a fallout. So something bad happens to He-Man in episode 1. We don't know what. Tila takes over because she has to find the power sword. So I'm thinking because Hero's going to be on this show. So I'm thinking He-Man's taking a trip to Preternia.
So He-Man's going to be in the show.
Right. We just don't know how much of it.
Right. So I hope he's in more than just what we see.
Yeah, me too. Me and, us and about 1 billion other fans. But
so this is Mr. Roboto.
This is Roboto.
Roboto. I keep thinking of the song, Mr. Roboto. I apologize.
Now,
next song, Mr. Roboto.
I love Roboto. I don't understand what's up with that. I'm nitpicking again. No, that I have no problem with that. That's pretty cool. But these tubes, I mean, I get it. Animating gears is very time consuming. At least I imagine it is.
Maybe it's like a hydraulic kind of wire.
But you know what? Even if like he had a complete chest armor, maybe we could see the gears once and then he covers himself, which is dirtier than I meant it. But
well, that's not to say it won't happen.
Well, we'll see. He does wear that poncho. So. Then the Rotons, that was pretty cool seeing them in action for the first time. And then Man at Arms here, I am so glad they didn't really
change him much, right?
They didn't. No, he looks badass.
He looks really much.
He's. I wish Mondo would make another figure of this version of Man at Arms. That's how cool looking he is.
No.
And let's see what else. There's more Tila, Evil Lynn.
Triclops look great.
Triclops looks awesome.
I wish they showed more.
Henry Rollins right there.
Oh, awesome.
And look,
a good choice for a voice.
And we'll get to it later, but they don't call this a Sky Sled anymore.
I was about to ask you, did Skeletor always have one of those?
Oh, yeah.
Really? I always thought that was a He-Man thing.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I wish there was more of Trapjaw in this, but
I'm sure there will be.
Yeah,
we saw him once, but
yeah, I mean, Triclops had a little bit more time, but just it does look good, and
it does. Now here's Orko.
Now
those eyes, they just pull me away from him. Orko should should look like this. Hold on, let's see if I can pull this off now. There we go. Orko should look like this.
I like those SpaghettiOs eyes.
yeah, like there's mystery, there's intrigue.
You always thought, what's beneath that hat? What does he look like?
I'll
Well,
show you after this show. I have a picture of him from
oh, cool, yeah.
Filmation. Yeah.
So
But
I
these
think it's
eyes,
yeah.
they look like Driel eyes, which bothers me.
I don't know what that is, but
Driel is his on and
oh,
off
okay, like
girlfriend.
the female.
Yes.
So the the only thing I would say about the way he looks is just the eyes. I think he looks to me much
And
the
the
same.
sleeves. I like the sleeves. He's a wizard. He should have sleeves.
Long. I like to see them a little longer, like how they do that on Wizards. But yeah, the eyes really pull you out of the moment, and that's a problem I think in things when if something takes you out of the scene, it's just like what the you're focusing too much on the eyes because they're so big and not to what's going on around in that scene.
So here's Driel,
Yeah, they
the
do.
beautiful Driel, the gorgeous Trollan that's captured Orko's heart. But look at those eyes. Even these eyes are a little, I think, are much better.
So
They're mysterious.
we
You
call
can
him
tell she's female.
she's a
What?
what? A Trollan?
Trollan. Yeah.
Is that what
Orko's a
Orko is?
Trollan. Yeah.
Trollan. Okay. Interesting.
Yes. And according to this series, also the creators of the Power Sword.
So I can see that. That makes that's they're wizards after all.
Yeah, that's
Why
true.
not? Did they
Yeah.
have any kind of ties to Castle Grayskull,
We'll find out.
or have they in the past?
Not in the past.
Okay, because just again, this is coming from a guy who liked He-Man when it came out, but doesn't really keep up with it. So that's why I ask a lot of questions. And there might be somebody out there who doesn't know either. So
Yeah, no. Please feel
definitely not the
free.
right guy.
Krender looks cool. I like the Krender.
Nice eyes, very green.
I hope he talks. Oh yeah, he does talk actually. So, and here's more Roboto. Henry Rollins. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's a good voice actor. So I'm kind of curious to hear what Triclops is gonna sound like.
Right.
So. But yeah, I'm excited. I hope it doesn't. I hope it's a great show.
Overall, it was good for you.
I'm gonna. I enjoy the artwork so far. Like I said, the story. We all know I love the score. I wish I would have used it more, but it's all good. So it's all good so far. Hopefully, we've heard a lot of rumors. We're not going to get into that, but hopefully, it's going to be a good story. And I look forward to saying this for a while. I mean, She-Ra got like what 5 seasons.
When is this supposed to come out?
July 23rd on Netflix.
Right around the corner. I know it doesn't feel that way, but it's really right around the corner.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Is it all at once binge or is it weekly?
Part 1, 5 issues. Part 2, issues. Episodes. Part 2, 5 episodes.
Okay, so 5 episodes at once, and then when will they release the 5 other episodes down the
Who
line
knows?
somewhere?
I'm thinking October.
See, that's
because
a pretty clever way to do it.
I don't know. I'm a binger.
Yeah, I think certain things are, but I like how Disney Plus does it weekly.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like watching Stranger Things all at once because I want to know what happens. But it's also like, on the other hand, I like waiting until next week to see what happens. So it's you're getting more than one episode and then having to wait. You're getting 5. Probably leave on a cliffhanger and then pick up,
Exactly. So they're going to make you suffer. They're going to, first taste is free. Now you got to wait.
There you go.
Now you got to wait and pay.
That's it. That's life of a collector.
It really is. It really is. Because
9 times out of 10, you go to look, you ain't finding it.
Because I mean, yeah, that's true.
Sad.
So that's my rant on He-Man. I'm hoping it's great. If not, then like
you always have Filmation.
You know what? True. But you know what? Even now and then, I mean,
you just want to see somebody get it right once. Besides that,
I just want to see something like the artwork. That's new. You know, you just want to see your characters do more than the same things over and over again. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Since 1983, I probably watched the Filmation series at least 1,000 times in my life. I mean, that's how
Well,
much I love those.
I get it. I mean, all right, this is a strange reference, but I'm going to use this as an example. When you like a movie, I'm going to say Austin Powers because this is what happens. Austin
Okay.
Powers was a very funny movie
Right.
and successful and all that. And then they made a sequel, and you're like, oh, great. They're making a sequel. I can't wait. And it's like the same movie again.
Yes.
And that's what I hate. And they made and even though the third one came out and it was even terrible. I hate when a sequel or a reimagining or a reboot or anything is just a copy of what they originally did. If so you have Filmation, and if they can do something to top it or to carry on its legacy, and you want to make it their own thing, of course, because you don't want to just do same thing
Well, they've
over.
already done that by introducing characters we've never seen before.
So,
Like, that was the best part of the whole trailer.
I mean, I think this is I think fans and I myself included need to remember. Um, so it's Star Wars. You got three sets of trilogies. You got a '90s trilogy, an '80s trilogy, and a modern day trilogy, or the Disney trilogy. You might like all 9 films. You might not. You might like 6. You might like 3. There's a trilogy for each, and you know you don't have to watch the rest of them. So if this, I'll always be an original trilogy guy. It's just what I grew up with.
Right.
And maybe the thing is, I hope not for your sake. It's just always going to be Filmation for you.
Oh,
Obviously, it
yeah,
will be.
totally.
I hope you get that what you want out of He-Man to see new things, and maybe it's going to be in the form of a live action, or who knows.
Yeah, I
Uh,
could care less about the live
Let me
action.
ask you this though: if they made a He-Man prose book, a novel, would you read it?
Depends.
Really?
Yeah,
Let me tell
because
you
I
why.
mean, like I said, myself and probably a billion others have prose books. Like I have an Adora story that takes place in between her kidnapping.
Hmm.
You know, it'll probably never see the light of day, but
You have it.
I have that idea.
Oh, no, okay. So, but what if you think of it? You thought of that idea. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I wrote
What
it.
if Mattel licensed a series of not full novels, a couple hundred pages, written by top-notch writers?
Yeah, Val, I mean, there's links on he-man.org that talk about that topic.
Really? There are no
Hmm.
fans for it or against it. Both.
Yeah, it's like with anything. People want more
Mm.
of the stuff they love. If this is a different take on it, great. Yeah, I mean, I'd read a He-Man prose if the story was
Right.
good. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
So let's get on to news.
Yes. I want to say how
There's a
currently,
billion stuff.
yes, and here's a 1,000,000,001. They are now filming Indiana Jones 5. Um, I don't know if you've been keeping an eye on things with it, Tom. I have been. Just not myself. I'm not there. They're filming currently in England. They're going to, I believe, be going to Scotland. There's another location, and I believe they're going to Utah. But there's a lot of stuff happening with this movie. I don't know any plot points. So I have no spoilers, other than what
Now,
I'm
I
going
heard a
to.
couple of things.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was going to be in the 70s, but people said no. It's going to be earlier because they're still dealing with the Cold War aspect.
Well,
So,
I can say something for sure. And we could do a spoiler warning. And I don't know if you want a spoiler warning for you yourself.
but
You
is it
want.
confirmed? Like, is it an actual
I
spoiler?
can say this because I've actually seen pictures
Oh, okay.
that have been leaked on the internet. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. At one point, there is going to be Indiana Jones younger. Now,
Hmm.
what does that mean? Um, there's been photos of Harrison Ford as Indy with I think his name is Toby Jones, the actor who was in Captain America.
Okay.
And on Harrison Ford's face, I zoomed in, and there's a lot of black dots. So I believe, they're gonna de-age him. And the reason why I'm saying this is on the castle that they use in England, there's
Okay.
a giant banner hanging, which is a German banner. So at one point, he's gonna be looking at dealing with the Nazis again. So whether it's through flashback or possibly what the MacGuffin is in the film, I don't know. Um, but it's very interesting to know. Does it take place the entire time in that? I don't know. Modern, where in time is he? Late 60s, probably, maybe 70s. They haven't really given us much. There's even a rumor of the title, um, the Evil Empire, Jones and the Evil Empire, but that's not even 100% um, confirmed. Although it does make sense of how evil the Nazis were. But I'm kind of looking forward to it so far, and I'm enjoying the things coming out because you're not really getting a plot yet. Um, and it's only been 1 week of filming, so hopefully it'll be good. I don't know.
I'm just glad they're. Well, I don't know about it, but hopefully they're not replacing him.
I don't think so.
Because they tried doing that on the Crystal Skull. They wanted to.
Yeah, and
That failed miserably.
oh yeah, I. It's funny because in the Mandalorian, not that they replaced Luke. When we see Luke, we were thrilled.
Yeah, you can't replace Luke Skywalker.
But it's like, I don't know. I don't want to see it replaced. I don't want to see any kind of reboot. Like the Disney Star Wars trilogy. It's I like how they included the original trilogy characters. I'm not saying everything was perfect in it, but I would like to see something. It's tough. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see another stupid movie. I guess I'm gonna just say. I want to go and get my money's worth, and I want to enjoy it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, let's get into the news because I can go on. What do we got first up?
I was looking for something to go along with your rant, but I'll have to find it in a minute. So, we've been waiting. We've been talking. Silverhawks are coming out from Super 7. They're up for pre-order now at super7store.com. First reactions. I actually love the Silverhawks, but I'm buying too many toys right now. I really don't have the budget for these guys. And it's a shame too, because, like I said, I was a fan. I had the originals, the vac metal. Now, here's Quicksilver with Tallyhawk, leader. I mean, it's a great figure. I mean, you can't do vac metal anymore. I mean, you could, but it's not healthy. It's not healthy for the people creating it. And with all the modern articulation, the soft plastic, it's just going to flake off.
These are another set of arms. Did the original line, were they just...
No, the Kenner line, you would squeeze her legs and... Right. Exactly.
But this is kind of like replaces that in a way.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's a great concept. It's, really intelligent way around it.
About like squeezing the legs on their toys to do something. Superpowers, Indiana Jones squeeze his legs or something like that. Indiana Jones had the move his arm back and his whip flashes. But like Kenner was always into that, like the superpower toys, make the Flash run. Squeeze
I think they did the same thing with Batman.
Yeah, squeeze his legs. I think his arms moved.
Yeah.
Make him look like he's punching something, I guess. So this is Steelheart, you said, right?
No, this is Steelheart.
Oh, she's a girl.
Yes.
So who was that? Oh, Quicksilver was his name.
Correct. Quicksilver.
I don't know anything about Silverhawks. I'm going to be honest with you.
Really? You never saw the
I never
show?
watched it, no. She's kind of got like a Mandalorian mask there, it looks like.
They all do.
Yeah, that and they each have a hawk apparently.
Yes, they each come with their own personal bird.
Interesting. She comes with 3 different heads apparently. A happy one, a pissed off one, and then a Mandalorian. Or is it more of a mask?
It's more of a mask.
Yeah, because I was gonna say like she's got hair on top of that helmet at first, but
Correct.
it's a mask, right? Okay. I
That's
do
funny
like
you said that.
I do like how they went with the extra arms for that feature. It's a good way to go.
Yeah, it's a nice way around it. And then let's talk about Moonstar.
So is he a villain or
He is the villain. 11 inches tall.
wow?
Crazy is that?
That is pretty.
I mean, they're just following what they started with Thundercats. I mean, Mum Ra's taller than everybody else.
That's kind of cool. I mean, it's you know, if you're watching a cartoon, I'm sure the guy's gonna be bigger than Quicksilver. So I'm all for that.
So here's Monstar right now with his elbow gauntlets. Or I guess they're not gauntlets, they're just like cannons. Because that's how he used to fly.
With his elbows,
With his elbows, yep.
Interesting.
So, and yes, the Monstar himself comes with multiple heads, multiple hands, all the good stuff you come to love from Super 7 Ultimates with a bigger price tag. So each of the Silverhawks are $55, including someone we haven't talked about really much is Buzzsaw, who is not up on my screen. Here he is. Bring him up. Sorry, folks. We had a ton of stuff today to talk about. So here he is. Now, here's some of the stuff people don't like. The toy itself was originally green, the action figure.
Yeah, this is kind of.
This is the cartoon version because in the cartoon he was yellow.
Okay.
So, not a big deal to me, but a lot of people are all up in arms. They're like, you should be green, just like the toy. But
Hell,
I mean,
fury like a fanboy scorned, or a collector.
pretty much.
We're very collectors are very dedicated.
I mean, I have no problem with it. I'll always side with the cartoon because a lot of times,
if they made Skeletor red, you would be like, what? Why?
Yeah, but I mean, there are subtle differences. Trying to think of one right now. Yeah, nothing's coming to mind, but I mean, there was always differences on in the filmation.
But I think back in the '80s too, animation was kind of like
limited.
Yeah, limited. It was quick. It's like, okay, we could reuse this cell if we have to. We can do this. And as a kid, you never really noticed it.
Right.
I think as an adult, it's even more enjoyable to go back and look for those things. It just kind of adds to the charm.
Here's more pictures.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
Yeah, Tallyhawk looks really good on his arm.
It is a nice looking bird.
Yes.
Tallyhawk is his name?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yep. Now, I understand the price point. I mean, $55 in today's market. I mean, he's got to pay. Brian has to pay for licensing. He's got to, pay the factories and stuff, So, I mean, we've been clamoring for this, but I'll be honest with you. It's right now, I'm sure it's a hard sell for him just from the reactions I've been reading about. I hope it's successful.
Yeah.
Because everybody loves everything. Or at least one person.
Yeah, somebody's gonna buy it. Some people will buy it, and hopefully it'll be enough to make it.
Although, yeah, I mean, it'd be fun to see a Mirage at this scale, but Mirage was their bird spaceship.
Okay.
But I mean, I'd be happy just to see the whole team, and if you call it a day, that's fine.
Okay.
So for $55, you get 2 Tallyhawks, 2 heads with Quicksilver, 8 hands, and a whole bunch of laser effects. Same thing with Steelheart. 3 heads, 2 birds, wings, laser effects, 8 hands.
Cartridge.
Monster looks crazy. Although I am curious because what was funny? They should have made him with his normal head because this is his body armor right now.
Does he have a patch on his eye?
In the second head, yes.
Yeah. Okay. And does he have a bird as well?
They all came with birds.
Even the villains. Okay.
Yeah, you never saw them in the cartoon,
But they came. Okay.
but they came with them, right?
Did the toy on this? Does his head come up? And when you put it down, the blades would spin originally.
You know what? That's a great question. I don't know. I never had him as a kid.
I never had these. I never watched the show. I think my cousin did.
Okay.
I think that's what I used when when I saw the toy. I would hang out with him. He was much younger than me. He's like 7-year difference. I think he had it, and I think that's how the toy worked, but I can't remember. So if anybody's listening, please inform us.
Yeah, so you can pick up your Silverhawks right now at Super 7. Actually, excuse me, I shouldn't say right now. They're pre-orders, and they're not coming till next year.
Okay.
So good luck with them.
Yeah.
Now, also, there's some news coming out from Super 7. They teased us with this little mark. Super 7 and G.I. Joe. So apparently, JoeCon is next month, some July 15th. So they're going to make an announcement. Now, this is going to be really interesting because if they're reaction figures,
but
we already have those. So I'm kind of curious to see. And then if we have the ultimates, then isn't that just another version of Classified?
But what if they're going original G.I. Joe?
Like, oh, you mean
old
the
days.
big
when
ones?
they were actual dolls.
That's a good point.
Just a guess, but that would be interesting.
That
I
is
mean, I know they've made
point.
those again. Disney World sold one that was dressed as Indiana Jones. So
recently?
This is years ago. I remember seeing
Okay.
it in the parks, but it was a GI Joe. So, but maybe they are going that way. But
that'd be interesting. That really would.
Because I remember finding that out when I was a kid and being like, "What are you talking about? This is GI Joe right here,
right?
Doll." Interesting though.
So here's something that's really cool. Action figure adventure created by our friend Rob McCallum is now on Amazon Prime. You don't have to be in Canada to watch it. So if you fast forward through it, you can see my ugly mug talking about toys on Action Figure Adventure. So congratulations to Rob and Jay.
And congratulations to you. You're on Amazon.
Yeah.
You're an Amazon product.
That'll probably be the only part people skip. Sorry about the background noise today, folks.
McFarlane Toys has got some pretty cool news. They are announced the Batman 66 is going to be coming out this fall.
Crazy
lineup: Batman, Robin, and the Cesar Romero Joker. I'm going to tell you something, Tommy. I prefer the other 66 line that came out previously by somebody else. Was it
who didn't do this?
Funko?
Let's see. There was Mezco.
Or Mezco. Robin's head looks off first. This is just me, but Robin's head looks off.
Yes, but you know what? These are paint masters.
So
it's not right. It's not. But I totally see where you're going with this because when I saw that Robin, I was like, no, that's not right.
Right. Like Batman, I think he just looks a teeny bit off. But I think that's not a problem. I really wish we could see Joker. I really want to see if he has a mustache under that paint. Cesar Romero never shaved for the Batman. He always just put the white makeup over his mustache.
Right.
That to me is the ultimate.
Let's see here.
The Batmobile, though, that's always awesome that they make that.
Did they make? Oh yeah.
I mean, it's in the picture.
You know what? Maybe it's a whole set.
Could be. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got the little 60s Batcave vibe. Bat computer.
Yeah, maybe they're doing what Mexico's doing right now with their 5 points line.
It's like a bat coffee maker up there too, but
Probably is.
I don't know.
So here is Hal Jordan and Batman from Earth 32, I believe. So same used parts. It's the Jon Stewart body with a new Hal Jordan head. You know, very nice looking. I mean, it's McFarlane. You know you're getting quality now. So that's coming out in August. $40 over at retail. Here is variant Batman from Heavy Metal.
And we're not talking about the music, folks.
He's just battle damn. Actually, I don't know. Every time I see him, he's got that axe that looks like a guitar. So maybe it is.
Maybe. And of course, we have Azrael.
Yeah, Sorrow's suit Azrael. Now, I loved the original Azrael when he first came out with his colors. Like, we saw him at Toy Fair, and it was beautiful. He was huge.
Didn't Quesada do the original comic?
Yes, he did.
Which is weird, because I always think of him as Marvel, but to think that previously he did a DC book.
Oh, yeah. Well, he got his start at Valiant. But yeah, this suit looks cool. I'm a sucker for anything Knights Templar.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yes, I was thinking that with the Red Cross on his tunic. Very, very, very cool.
Yeah. Now, here's something interesting. Now, hopefully this is a variant, but if you notice the card he comes with, that all right. So we're looking at this picture. There's like a red scarab over his mouth.
Yes.
Okay. You look at the card, it actually covers everything, including his eyes. That one looks more badass to me. Let's see if I can.
Maybe multiple heads.
Here, let's see. There you go.
It does look like it.
Yeah, see how it covers everything up? That one looks, yeah. So hopefully there's a variant somewhere in our future. As far as, this suit. Oh, I got more. Sorry. So this right here coming up is the White Knight Bat Cycle. Not bad.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. But the front part right here actually extends to make it bigger or more sleek, Yeah. I mean, you're looking at it and you're like, well, where's the Batmobile? So we have the Bat Cycle. It's starting to grow on me, but lately Batman has a lot of motorcycles. Heavy Metal, he's got that Bone Cycle.
He did have one in the 60s too, so.
That's true. Yeah, he did.
It's got all means of transportation. I think he takes an Uber sometimes too. Yes.
He can afford it.
Yeah.
Also from McFarlane is Avatar: The Last Airbender figures.
So I've never seen the show.
Neither have I.
Yeah, I've heard of it, of course, but
sorry, folks.
I will say I like the way that beast looks.
Yeah.
Like whatever it is, a yak or whatever. I have no idea the name of that thing, but he's pretty cool looking. He's a happy little fellow.
He's a what?
He's a happy little fellow. That guy.
He is. Yeah, they all look well, except for I'm wondering if he's the villain. Yeah, I'm sorry. I really don't know much about Avatar, other than it was on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I think they made a live-action movie.
They did by M. Night Shyamalan, and apparently all the hardcore fans disliked it.
That's what I thought, yeah.
So some more He-Man news. You can head on over to Big Bad Toy Store and pre-order your Masters of the Universe Origins Royal Palace Guard. I love these guys. I love them in classics. I love them in origins. I mean,
Is this the first time they made a toy out of one?
no, classics was the first.
Okay. So they're essentially
Palace
obviously
Guards.
dressed like man at arms. So
Yes,
he's a leader of the guards, I guess.
exactly. Well, Tila is. She's
Oh, okay.
captain of the guard. So yeah. So head on over. They're an exclusive. So you can head on over to Big Bad Toy Store. Pick one up today. I don't know why I keep saying that because he's not coming out till December.
Right. It's at $16.99.
Yes. So yeah, here's the classics version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys are badass. I have a whole bunch.
You have to. You got to build that army.
Well, that's it. That's exactly what they're for.
Yeah.
Army builders. So, and then here's some other cool stuff. Masters of the Universe Revelations lunchboxes, along with the Thundercats.
Oh man, these do look metal. Um, so back in our day, the lunchboxes were actually made out of metal.
I still have one.
Yeah, I have my Temple of Doom and I have my Jedi one still.
Do you really?
Yeah, they're
Are they original? Or
oh yeah, they're original. I took them 4th grade and
wow,
3rd grade. I mean, they're a little bit. For some reason, I scratched the Jedi one with the quarter when I was a kid. I got
okay.
this big scratch mark. I took the paint off. I don't know what the heck I was thinking, but I still have them. And like I lost the thermoses, of course.
I was gonna ask. Yeah, do you
Oh,
still
they're
have the
always the
thermos?
first to go, and like the handle, I think on one is broke, but like I just can't bring myself to get rid of them because I love Star Wars, I love Indiana Jones, and it's just a part of my childhood, and it's one of
Oh,
the
of
few
course.
things like I do want to keep. Lunchboxes today were then they went to plastic, and then, now they're probably like some kind of soft material
Right.
to keep the food cold. But I mean, everybody had a metal lunchbox when I was a kid. Probably got like a tetanus shot out of it, but
So these lunchboxes will be out next year.
very cool.
And in other news, here you go.
I like these.
The Ghostbusters Glow in the Dark Plasma series.
Now the proton ray looks awesome and not just first it's spirals, which I love. So you're not just getting one beam; you're getting like at least two, like in the movie.
Right.
I love how it looks when it glows in the dark. I will say, I do wish say Egon looks awesome. The slime, the ectoplasm.
Mm-hmm.
I wish the color on the proton beam was a different thing. I wish it wasn't green, and I wish the
What,
color
like red?
or purplish. And I wish the center beam glowed as well. And I say that because I would like to see the slime and the proton beam separated when glowing in the dark. Because when
Gotcha.
they're in the dark, they're obviously not the same color, but they're similar in color.
Yeah, these reminds me of the Mezco version. They didn't glow, but they had that tint on the beam, so it looked pretty cool.
It is cool though. I mean, I think if you're a Ghostbuster collector, you're gonna it's gonna be tough not to open this and set up some kind of pose.
Yeah, all modern stuff should be opened. I mean, everybody's got them now. Well, it depends if you can find them, sure.
If you could find them, and if you could afford 2 of them, even better.
Now, these are essentially the Plasma Ghostbusters from the Plasma series, just with goo on them. Glow in the dark, slime. So, I mean, I feel bad for these Hasbro guys, especially on the Ghostbusters team, because Afterlife isn't coming out until November.
He said, and honestly, I feel like they should release it earlier. I know they pushed it back and pushed it back. We're in the summer. There's a lot of things open, and you're sitting on how much money that you spent to make this movie.
Oh yeah,
to make toys, and we're just finally seeing things, and I just want to see the movie.
All we're getting are these guys so far.
So far, I've seen a couple new pictures, but like
tiny marshmallows.
And you know what? I don't know how people feel about this because I haven't really been reading about it, but I kind of dig these guys. they're funny. They're kind of obviously cutesy. What they're going for, but I kind of dig them.
So this weekend was, or this past Friday was Fan First Friday. For
Fan first.
actually, it wasn't. Yeah, I just screwed that up. The Fan First Friday was for the Power Rangers, so we could do that. So real quick, they had the Fan First Friday for Power Rangers, and it was all pink Power Ranger stuff.
Really?
All these items, GameStop exclusives, all based around the pink Power Ranger. So the first one is for cosplayers. You can actually wear this helmet.
Wow.
$79.99 will get you Power Rangers pink helmet. Then the Power Morpher, $49.99. Long stretch from the original. I think the original was like $20 at the most. And now here's something cool. There is a Pink Ranger 2-pack with the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger and the Zeo Ranger. Now, the alternate head is based on the cat character. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but when Kimberly decided she no longer wanted to be a Power Ranger, they needed a replacement. Rita Repulsa took a cat, an actual cat, turned it into a human being, hence this character, Cat.
Isn't Rita Repulsor the villain?
She is.
Why is she helping out?
I don't think she did. I think she just wanted to make a human. So the 2-pack, $39.99, comes out in September and is also a GameStop exclusive. Now, here's something cool. I don't know if you're familiar with this. Cell shading.
Say that again?
Cell shading. Basically, it's like you take a 2D picture and try and make it out of a 3D plastic figure. They're very big with Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
GameStop exclusive and $24.99. Now, these are pretty cool looking. Like, I really dug the Dragon Ball Z one because maybe it's because of the color schemes, but it really looked more animated, like it came out of a cartoon cell.
Right.
So, all right. Now, here's what I wanted to say. So, Star Wars had their big announcement, and Rogue One is coming back to the Black Series, starting with Antok Merrick. Now, I wasn't a big fan of Rogue One, so you're gonna have to fill in the gaps for me again.
I like.
Now, Antok was only like 2 seconds on screen. He's a Target exclusive.
I cannot answer that question for you.
Okay.
I do not remember, but I really like his Rebel flight suit.
Yeah, just Rogue One. I don't know. I was. It looked too shiny, new, and pretty for me. I was like, this is supposed to be a prequel before the original. Right. Why are there death troopers and things like that?
Yeah,
so.
I think the more you make something to coincide with an original from how many years ago, there's going to be those things that don't make sense. That well, where was this in episode 5?
Exactly.
And I think that's the part that sometimes you think of.
It's frustrating.
It's frustrating. You think of it as a fan, but sometimes I try to think of it as just I'm nitpicking. Just enjoy it for what it is if you can.
Exactly.
But I see both ends on that.
So here's Baze Malbus.
Right.
I'll be honest with you. I don't even remember this guy.
Yeah, he hung out with the blind dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you notice on this particular figure, he has like 2 inserts on his shoulder.
Yes.
He's missing his shoulder pad.
Interesting.
So hopefully they'll fix that problem once it goes into production.
Yeah. This is I believe the Imperials.
Bodhi Rook.
Yeah, who realized something's going on with the Empire. He wasn't digging it.
right?
I believe he is.
This is his first figure, I believe.
Probably. I didn't buy any Rogue One figures, but I believe so. And this is Captain Cassian Andor. He'll be getting his own show on Disney Plus.
Yep.
So
The likeness on these figures looks much better.
yes, very detailed. And
Yeah, I don't know if they're using that camera thing we were talking about, but much better.
this is my favorite character.
Yes, I like him.
I love
The Force is with me.
Yes, and
I am the Force, or
I'm one with the Force. The Force is one with me. And
yeah, that's it. Thank you.
he's walking and he's fighting other guys with a stick. I love that. He looks awesome there.
Yes,
He looks just like the actor, and that's a great pose too. That's just so cool looking.
yeah. Looks like soft goods on the lower half there. That's pretty cool.
Galen Erso.
Yeah, Jin's brother, right?
That's a good point. I don't know.
Also a Target exclusive.
Father? I think it's a father.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to mess that up.
That's all right.
The movie came out 5 years ago.
Was it 5? Jeez, 5 years ago.
Yeah, crazy.
God, I'm getting old.
But yeah, Galen Erso is a Target exclusive, so good luck finding him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Am I incorrect? It looks like the body itself is reuse from
Yeah, it's probably
like a Grand Moff character or something.
Honestly, like I look at this figure and I'm like, I would not buy him. I would just skip him. Go to my favorites. Like she looks great.
Jyn Erso.
She was excellent, and she was a great.
I think she has a new head sculpt on this one.
Right.
This one looks a lot prettier.
It does, and she was a great character. She looks cool in this picture here with the pose they put her in and the scarf and wrapped around her.
Yeah, she looks battle ready.
It's a great character. The
K2SO.
He was awesome. A great character again. Freezing for a moment on the voice actor who did his voice. Oh, Alan Tudyk.
Yes.
Great actor. The character was great. He was very funny. This looks awesome, this figure.
Yeah, I was sad to see him die.
Yeah, and this is a type of toy like I can see people getting and then customizing off of.
Really? Yeah, that's a good point.
There's a guy on I forget his name, but I know on the Rocketeer Radio I did it. He bought a bunch of those large dolls of K2SO and customed one into the Rocketeer, one into Batman. And I have pictures on our Rocketeer Radio of them for the Rocketeer one. But some people could do some incredible stuff when they customize. So it's a pretty cool looking toy.
Nice.
If you have that talent, man, it's awesome.
And now from the archive collection, the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm, the 501st Legion Clone Trooper action figure is coming.
A little scuffed up there.
Now, these are 3.75-inch figures, so they're not the Black Series big ones.
Pretty much the original size.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Right, so we have... Oh, excuse me. Nope, I messed up. These are 6 inches from the archive collection. So we have the Trooper, Darth Raven, with brighter lightsabers, apparently. Like the first time he was a GameStop exclusive, and people were complaining his colors weren't bright enough on his lightsaber.
It's so bright it burns your retina.
Right.
Cool.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about his head.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying the same thing.
But in the package, did not look well.
Yeah, the head is just...
I don't know. Maybe
do you think it's too young? Or... You know what? Because he reminds me of that statue that Sideshow came out with.
I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe there are two different toys that were photographed.
Possibly. Yeah, I mean, maybe it'll look better. Maybe this is just a paint master.
Is that possibly soft goods on his tunic? But I can't really be for sure. The parts
I don't think so.
No, you probably.
It looks too,
too good to be. And
Now here is an excellent figure.
and honestly, I really like the box art too of her.
Princess Leia Organa. Yeah, Carrie Fisher's likeness is just stunning.
Yeah.
Now, we've gotten this figure a million times, but this is a great rendition. Like, they're really coming closer to perfecting this figure.
There's the two things I see the issue with this figure.
Okay.
When you put her in soft goods, a soft outfit, it always looks like this. It's too bulky, not bulky, but like it looks like she could not run in that outfit.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But also,
Like she would trip or something.
yeah, and like I don't know if there's a second head on this toy or not, but
No.
okay, so it looks like her, but it doesn't have the beauty that the character had in the movie. She looks just a little too pissed off. So like that, I mean, and that's just me, you know. Maybe that's just my feelings on it. And I'm sure fans out there like it, and that's great, you know. But yes, we do have a ton of these, and it's a great character for young girls. She's very independent, very strong willed, you know. So I think it was like every Star Wars fan's crush at one point when they were a kid.
And no shaved head. Crazy.
No shaved head. What's that about?
Tila.
Ah, well, yes.
Yeah. So here's the vintage collection, the 3.75 inch ones. Starting off with Bo Katan.
From The Mandalorian and Clone Wars.
Yes, and Clone Wars. Now you're gonna help me.
I can't say his name, dude. So
Cool.
Yeah.
QL.
Anybody know how to pronounce
QL.
it?
Yeah.
Ugnaught. We'll just put it that way.
Ugnaught. Thank you.
He's an Ugnaught voiced by crud.
Come on, 48 hours.
Yes. Not Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, the other one.
The other guy. Yeah.
That's right. I'm putting you on the spot because I forgot to.
I
Nick
wanna say
Nolte.
Thank you. I'm thinking Gary Busey, but I know that's not it. Nick Nolte. Yeah, that is him. I was like, wow, Nick Nolte's in Star Wars. There's such
That's
a strange
right.
voice cast.
I have spoken.
Yeah.
And then the criminal himself.
Yes. Mithril.
Mithril.
He's a cool looking guy. He's an interesting looking alien. You know, like the face is almost like he's got this like, oh, I don't know how to describe it. Like you want to trust him. He seems like he's gonna vulnerable kind of guy.
All I know is he's gonna look great in Carbonite on my Razor Crest, which is coming soon.
What else we got?
And then just a random Echo-based soldier.
Very skinny.
He kind of looks like Luke.
Yeah. Definitely.
Crazy. And so at the end of their presentation, they did announce that the next HasLab crowdfunding item, if you will,
for Star Wars,
it will be Black Series related. It's going to be big.
But I didn't say what.
No, they're holding out. They're probably going to tell us after the Razor Crest.
I'm just going to go on the books and say it's an
ad.
I don't know.
I was thinking Death Star, but sure.
Death Star would be sweet.
I mean, they just made Unicron.
What?
They're in the business of building planets.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Death Star is a good point. Yeah. Planets are a dime a dozen. Well, not a dime, but they yeah. Let's go with Death Star.
Yeah, let's go with Death Star. Oh no, AT-AT was a great.
You know, who knows? It could be a Tauntaun for all we know.
Okay, I have to find this picture, or else people are going to be very upset with me. So they announced that, and they also announced the pipeline reveals. Now, if you're unfamiliar with those, pipeline reveals is essentially just characters that they're making, but they have no idea, or they don't have it physically in front of them at the moment. So here are the pipeline figures for this round. Bib Fortuna. Now, Jethad Patrol Stormtrooper.
Okay.
He looks like a desert trooper.
Yeah, he's got that orange thing on his shoulder.
Yeah, I don't know if that's part of like a storyline or something I missed, but Mayfeld from Mandalorian.
It's a shame he died.
Fenric Shannon. Hold on. All right. And Nomad Boba Fett. I'm still waiting for Fat Fett, by the way, Hasbro.
I don't think they're gonna make that one, but
I need Fat Fett. I just take Nomad Boba Fett because I'm sure he's gonna be around. Just put the Mandalorian helmet on him. That's it. That's all I want.
You might have to customize it, buddy, but
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he's been customized a million times once they saw how big he was.
who's the one next to him?
Cobb Vaneth. He's the one that had Boba's armor.
Right.
The sheriff.
It looked
if
like
you will.
really, really small on him, like he's wearing a kid's armor.
Right?
Right? I was like, at first I was like, why the hell is this armor so small on him? I mean, I know he's tall, but and then it's like, why is Boba Fett so fat? Like,
Nice.
but I think it was because he had like the nomad outfit underneath it, so it was all good.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. He was lazy. He was just
He kicked a lot of ass either way, so
he did. He
really did.
He was trying to live out his life. I mean, the man crawled out of a sarlacc.
He just wanted his armor back, man. It's like he's like, I'm gonna put this on now. I'm gonna clean this guy's sweat off it.
So that wraps up for Star Wars. So a lot of good stuff. Looking forward to it.
There's a lot of stuff, and I'm sure there's a lot more we don't know about.
Yep. Now, this stuff just came in.
This just in.
Yeah, keep doing that. I gotta too many buttons. So, Masters of the Universe, if you're not familiar with the Eternian minis, they're these guys. Created by the Four Horsemen. Well, not these in particular, but the concept was created by the Four Horsemen. So, they just released or announced these minis based on the Masters of the Universe Revelation series. So we got Fisto. We knew about him for a while. Whiplash. See, that's what I'm saying. Check it out. Whiplash has that thing on his eye and stuff. That's pretty cool. Here's a metallic Whiplash, Beastman, and Skelegod.
Oh wait. We discussed this. Skelegod is kind of like a souped up Skeletor.
Yeah, it's basically Skeletor with the power sword, which is
I think you said I referenced it to you as if it was like the Super Shredder in Turtles 2.
Right.
And you're like, yeah, that's somewhat.
And now here's some cool 2-packs. Now, Beastman's coming with a war sled, so that sky sled that Triclops had.
Just purple.
War sled. And now here you go, Fisto and Stridor.
See, that's what made me always think it was his, because he was always packaged with it. So
exactly.
I just figured that's his horse. This is dude.
So yeah, so that's coming up soon. And now here's something interesting. Are you familiar with RoboForce?
I've heard of it. I did not watch it. Do we have an image?
Looking it up. I was hoping you keep going with it, but apparently I'm alone.
Is anime? Was it anime?
No.
I do not know what RoboForce is.
So RoboForce came out during our childhood. They're based on these.
Wait a second.
Robot figures.
A mini comic.
Yes.
I had one. I do remember them. I think his name is Max.
Right. There you go. Max Steel.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, I had him.
So
they're coming back?
Yeah, our friend Brian Volk Weiss from the Toys That Made Us purchased these. I remember I was at it was an event. It was Boss Fight Studios event a few years ago. I 5 years ago again. And there was a guy trying to bring back RoboForce. With the there's a name. The name escapes me. The Lycos design figures. So he was trying to bring that back, but I guess Brian made him a better deal.
And according to this, they're going to produce toys, books, and a TV show.
Oh yeah, he's going
Oh
full
my,
force.
mid next year, 2022, which is impressive.
Ambitious, yeah.
Yeah, I remember only having one toy, um, and I can't believe that's that just blew my mind, man.
Yep.
Cool.
And now Premium Finish has announced some Bumblebee likeness characters from Transformers the movie. So we got Optimus Prime and Megatron. Now, this Megatron bugs me because it's the one that turns into a tank, not a gun. That's just, to me, that's just been wrong. But what's so special about these, Tom? Well, let me tell you. So these are based not only on the Bumblebee movie, but on the original Japanese coloring. They're $54 each. They'll be released in December, and they're available up on pre-order.
Interesting.
Let's see.
I am gonna hop onto this, Tom, because I think we haven't gotten to it yet, and I hope you have. I don't know if you have an image ready, but
The Moose! I know that's what you meant. The
it had an
Moose.
M in it. It had an
The
M.
Moose is
but
coming
The Moose, I tell you, this
from the
toy
Four Horsemen.
is taken over. He is very cool looking still, and I love that picture you had with like the dwarf and his antlers.
Okay.
It's just a cool looking toy.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait.
I want 12.
I can't wait.
It's just I want one of those and I want a wolf, to be honest with you.
I didn't have this. There we go.
Yeah, very cool.
All right, you want to let me know what's the next story so I can pull this up?
Rob Zombie. I don't know if we have any image or not for this.
Oh, for the Munsters? Of course we do. We're semi-professional.
Semi.
I just gotta find it.
That's right. See, that's why we're
sorry, folks. Yeah.
If we were professional, we'd have all this stuff ready. And my dog wouldn't be barking.
You know what it is? I need more room on this. We're only allowed so many pictures, and I had to get all that Star Wars stuff. There you go.
Here we go. So the Munsters. Everybody's got to be familiar with this, listening to the show. I know my one buddy is Herman, Lily, Eddie, Grandpa, and Crud, Marilyn. Two actresses, I believe.
I was like, whoa.
One was Pat Priest. Yvonne Craig, of course. Not Yvonne Craig. Yvonne DiCarlo, excuse me.
Yeah.
Played Lily. Butch Patrick played Eddie. Fred Gwynn, two Utes, as Herman and Grandpa, whose name I cannot remember, but was with him in Car 54. This show is like, I know it came out before my time, and reruns. I watched it over and over. While they were filming it in Universal Studios, in between filming, Grandpa used to come out to see the people on tour and just hang out.
They really? That's awesome.
Yeah. It's just, the Munsters have been around just like the Addams
forever,
family,
yeah.
And it's like,
well, that was always the long running like debate amongst fans. Yeah. Well, are you a Munster or are you an Addams?
Yeah, I like both personally. And the interesting is they have done a few reboots or reimaginings.
Oh yeah, a million of them. The most recent was on Fox 5.
Yeah, like the grandfather from the Gilmore Girls played Fred at one point. I'm sorry, played Herman.
Yes.
And he was a pretty good Herman Munster.
He's an excellent actor. Yeah, he recently, well, not recently, but he's gone.
We saw. I almost ran into Butch Patrick and knocked over him.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir." I was like, "Holy shit, is Eddie Munster?" But yeah, so Rob Zombie making a Munsters, I guess, movie.
It's gonna have a great soundtrack.
I want to just hear a metal version of that theme song. What I fear, whenever they make a movie out of a TV show is your typical campy origin Brady Bunch thing. I don't think it will be because it's Rob.
I hope not. No, I think Rob knows what he's doing. You ever watch those zombie movies? It's right up his alley.
Yeah. No, well, I saw him not in person, but on MTV Cribs. He loves the Munsters and Adams Family. He actually collects things of them, and he has
Yeah.
polar bear from the Adams Family in his house. So I think he's gonna do great with this, and I'm also thinking. So we know Tim Burton's doing an Adams Family Netflix show. Did a studio want to like kind of like catch up and put this out in time? Because while we've had
Well, no, this has been in development for a
a
while.
while, it just finally came through.
Yeah.
Because you really think about it, the Adams Family has been redone more than this.
Yeah, I can see that.
But
I can totally see that.
I think I want to see it. I wonder if they'll have the car. Was it the Dracula? I think they called it
Whoa.
Mobius.
It's Mobius from the Loki. We forgot to mention him.
Did you like it? Did you watch it?
You know what? I did enjoy it. At first, I didn't like the first couple of minutes until. Do you remember that scene where he's at that guy's desk? He opens it up and he sees all the Infinity Stones,
Yeah.
and the guy's like, "Yeah, they're paperweights."
Yeah.
And then he just gets up and looks at everything, and he just realizes how meaningless, how minute he is in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
And yeah, that resonated with me. I was like, yeah, that's tiny.
Justin Williams. I watched it twice. So the first time I watched it, I couldn't hear it very well because of the air conditioner window unit. The second time I watched it, I picked up on a couple of things in dialogue I think that are hints to things to come. Owen Wilson was great in it.
Yeah, he was fabulous.
Really, yeah, it's just like this
really good,
likable character. Loki was Tom Hiddleston, if I said that correctly. He's of course great, and I love how they I love when he's DB Cooper jumping out of the plane. That was just great, especially how they had the money fly out, because that is part of the myth of DB Cooper, that they found some of the money, but they never found him.
Right.
But yeah, the show, I think, is a really great setup, and it really gives you a good look into Loki, and the fact that is a variant of him doing this, so it's like Loki chasing himself.
Right.
I think I'm gonna like this more than I did Captain America: A Winter Soldier. It kind of has that WandaVision oddness or weirdness to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a couple more episodes.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed. There was only one at first, but
But yeah, there's a great likeness of Owen Wilson. I mean, they really went out for this action figure. Yeah. Double joints on the elbows, knees. And I mean, granted, it's basically just a guy with a suit on, but it looks good. They know what they're doing as far as suits over at Hasbro. Because if you remember, Loki himself has a figure with him dressed in a suit. So yeah, so these are coming out soon. Or actually, they're already out. I saw them the other day. So good luck finding them if you're looking.
Yes, and that wasn't even sarcasm. That was pure good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So
the Moose. So we're at the 120 mark. So thank you to Brian Salvatore for our intro outro music. Collectors helping collectors. # if you're looking for anything in particular, or if you're selling anything in particular, help other people. # collectors helping collectors. Thank you to Scott Knightlick over at Spectre Creative. We're on YouTube. Please subscribe, hit that bell, tell a friend. Join the conversation, toyspodcast@gmail.com, or find us on all the socials, Instagram, Twitter, at Toylines. Hell, we're even on Facebook.
You're everywhere.
Please enjoy our newest podcasts, with season 1 coming to a close of Rocketeer Radio, hosted by our own Ian Westhoff.
By me? Yes, thank you. Give it a listen if you like it. I'd love to hear if you like it or not, and what you'd like to see for season 2, or I'm sorry, here for season 2. It's a radio. Thank you, and of course, no show is complete without a mention of People of Eternia.
What?
Yeah, this is a show about Eternians, something like that. This guy.
Yeah, you have to find us now on Apple. For some reason, after that update, the artwork is all black and white and stretched. So we're working to correct that. I don't know why. But thank you. We just booked a fabulous guest, somebody that not only is in He-Man, but he's pretty much a part of a lot of your 90s animated shows.
Very cool.
So yeah, and then we did miss out on the Jada Toys announcement about the Universal Monsters. I promise it will be covered next week.
Very cool.
So we're going to get involved with that.
Yes. Please.
So
I look forward to that, actually.
yeah. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'm Tom Romero.
You and my stuff.
Play with your toys. We'll see you next week.
Be safe.